Hello. I had a really fucking bad day. And I just like sometimes don't see a way out of it, out of my head. I'm stuck in my anxiety and my depression. I'm like so stuck in it. And I woke up and I was so in my head. And I had a good sleep. I had a really good sleep for the first night and many, many nights. And it just didn't seem to matter. I just could not stop thinking about my problems and my depression and my anxiety. And then it would be like my job dilemma. And then I was like, okay, what if I leave my job and I do another job, but if it pays less, I gotta work more. And then if I go to school, am I gonna have a mental breakdown because I'm in school? And am I gonna be just as depressed and anxious in the new job? Or am I actually going to be a little bit less anxious because it's less responsibility? Is it worth it? Is it worth the money? And then I'm like, I will not be able to save during that time. It's going to cost a lot. I can't work. And then I get to work and I'm like, my head is swimming. And I'm just like, I'm so aware that when I like at park and I get in and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so in my head. And I have to sit down and I see everybody again. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is work. And I have to do this thing. And I'm really not looking forward to it. And I'm on the phones and I take my first call and people are struggling on the phone. They're calling, but they're struggling. They're stressed out. And I'm just go into like, okay, help people and suppress my own shit. And, somebody walks by and I'm like, hey. And then afterwards, like a second afterwards, I'm like, wow, I just put the biggest smile on my face. And I am not sure, like, some days that I want to be living, I'm like, how could I do that? I'm so fake. I don't know how to take off the mask. It's like planted on me. And that happened a couple times. Time I was sat somewhere new away from, I'm like trying out different areas to sit. Away from these other people that I was talking to like last week. And I'm like, oh, I think they're probably wondering like why the hell I didn't go back over there. And one guy I kind of chat with every now and then comes over and says hi, and like, same thing. I'm just like, I'm so anxious, and I'm just like, he's like, oh, how you doing? And I'm just like, I'm almost like, should I dive into my mental health? And like, no, just put on the happy face, and I talk about what I was doing on the computer, and then have a little laugh, and it feels like kind of natural because it was like a natural joke. But then I'm just like, but I'm so depressed. Like, can't you see? Like, what I want to say is like, can't you see? I'm like dying inside and I can't get out. Nobody sees it. And I just hide it, like compulsively hide it. And I just don't think I'll ever get out of it, really. I know right now I'm kind of in it, but Can I stay in this just like holding pattern for the rest of my life? Can I? Because it's really challenging. I'm not saying I don't enjoy some moments, because I do. There are things I enjoy, but I just like this place that I come back to is very... It's where I live most of the time. Life is hard, but mental illness is harder. Right? Like abuse is hard, but the mental illness that follows it is harder. Because you're fighting yourself. Okay, that's all I want to say today.